Well, this is going to be my first segment to my letters to my daughter. This is for when she grows up and goes to college, or even in high school, middle school, whenever things start to, people start to change, kids start to change, they start to develop their own personalities and stuff like that. Even out of high school, this applies because people change, people grow out of who you thought they were. They're not the same person that you went to school with or that you used to work with 5 years ago. They're completely different. Okay, so this is what I wrote. I feel like a lot of people don't understand that you're going to lose friends while you're growing up. If you just want to be what people think that they want you to be, you'll lose yourself trying to be something you're not. I've lost myself countless times trying to be who I thought people wanted me to be. But now I don't, and that's why I don't really have that very many friends, because I don't want to be swayed by to be something that I'm not. Unless I can find someone that I can trust and has the same mindset, then I'm just going to be me. And I'm completely fine with that. That goes for my dating life too. But anyway, peer pressure is something I don't feel like it's talked about enough. They just want to point fingers at bullies and all this other stuff, which is another thing I want to talk about too. Bullies, like if your kid's getting bullied, the one thing that I'm going to try to tell my daughter is that person is probably, or that child is probably, even people, because I've been in some work spaces where grown adults have bullied me, and I had to step back and be like, your life has to be really out of control or bad for you to have to bully me. But anyway, I feel like this applies for school, jobs. It applies everywhere, especially peer pressure. Never do anything that you don't want to do. If you're going to lose that friend, fine. There's plenty of other people in the world. You can always find more friends. It's not that big of a deal. Especially like in high school, middle school, stuff like that. You think it's the end of the world if you lose your best friend. That best friend after high school, you're probably never going to see again. Because most people that graduate high school move away and get better jobs, go to college, find new friends. And that boy more than likely is not going to amount to anything. It's harsh to say, but honestly, the people that bully and the kids that bully are the ones that need the most love, because more than likely they're not getting it at home. And that goes for adults too. There's something going on wrong with their life, or just something like that they need to lash out at other people to make themselves feel better. And it's sad to say that adults do it too, but they do. Because I was a target at a couple of the jobs that I worked. But I just want anybody, even my daughter, if anybody ever bullies you, take a deep breath and say, I'm sorry for whatever you're going through. And I hope that everything turns out okay. And just walk away. Because honestly, there's something going on to make them want to do that. And it has nothing to do with you. You just happen to be the person they think is weak, and you're not. You just stay silent, or you're in the background most of the time, or you just don't fit in, which I never really fit in anywhere, especially after I stopped the peer pressure and trying to be who I thought people wanted me to be. You change yourself too much, or you try to change yourself to meet the standards of what you think people around you want, and you will lose yourself. You will not be the same person. I've done it a couple of times in my life, and then I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. One, it's exhausting, and two, those people usually don't stay around anyway. Sorry, I've got something in my eye. It's just like floating around. But anyway, I just want this to be encouragement for anybody who's experiencing bullying, because honestly, that person's probably got a lot going on in their life, and they're just taking it out on you. Or they think it's socially acceptable in a peer group to target you. Because if you notice, a bully won't ever bully you unless they have an audience. 90% of the time. Or anything like that. They have to have like some sort of like oh, well, they're tough, or they have to have somebody to think that they're laughing with them, and it's ridiculous. But that's the only thing that I can tell you is to wish them well, because they're probably going through something that we will never understand or they'll never talk about. And I hope that if you're the bully, I hope that you will get well, and whatever is going on in your life, I hope it gets better. And we'll all be praying for you. And that's my message. I hope that helps you guys.